Hello all, welcome to Paritranaya. In this class, we shall discuss about the countries bordering Russia. So why this topic is important? This topic is important in the context of the present war that is going on between Ukraine and Russia. So the war which Russia has declared on Ukraine. So here we already discussed about the countries sharing their border with Ukraine. So there we went into the details like the countries bordering with Ukraine and also their capital cities. But here when it comes to the countries bordering Russia, will only be focusing on the countries, will not be focusing on their capital cities. So why we will not be focusing on the capital cities? Because in the context of Ukraine, it was important. Because Indian students who were caught in that war, so when Russia waged a war on Ukraine, so in order to return back to India, they had to take various routes. So while taking various routes, so they went to the countries bordering surrounding Ukraine, so various countries, and through that they finally returned to India. So that's why in that context, repeatedly in the newspaper, the countries bordering Ukraine used to appear repeatedly. So that is why it becomes important from Ukraine context to even know the capital cities of the respective countries. But here what we are interested is only in the countries which share their border with Russia, and on top of that we are interested to know which all members are part of NATO. So countries sharing their border with Russia and at the same time being a member of NATO, we are interested more in that, because the basic reason for this tussle between Russia and Ukraine is NATO. So Ukraine wants to join NATO, whereas Russia is not in favor of Ukraine joining NATO, because if Ukraine joins NATO, so NATO is led by USA, then it becomes a threat to Russia. So Russia perceives that as a great threat. That's why it is opposed to Ukraine joining NATO, and that is why it has declared war on Ukraine. So in that context, we need to understand about the countries sharing their border with Russia, and at the same time the countries which are part of NATO. So let us first look into a list of countries which share their border with Russia. So we have Norway, Finland, Estonia, Latvia, Belarus, Ukraine, Georgia, Azerbaijan, Kazakhstan, Mongolia, China, North Korea. So these are the countries which share their border with Russia. Apart from that, I also specially mentioned about Poland and Lithuania. So why I have mentioned specially Poland and Lithuania? So let us look into the map. Now, starting from here, Norway, next two we have Finland, next Estonia, Latvia, fifth Belarus, Ukraine, Georgia, Azerbaijan, Kazakhstan, Mongolia, China and North Korea. In this context, Mongolia, China and North Korea, they are not important, but just to give the completeness, I included these as well. So we are more interested in the countries which share their border with Russia in the western part of Russia. Now, if you look at Poland and Lithuania, so Poland is located here, Lithuania is located here. Poland does not share the border with Russia directly. Lithuania also does not share its border with Russia directly. So Russian border ends here. Here we have Latvia and Belarus. But I included that Poland and Lithuania also share their border with Russia. Why? Because we have a small part here. This also belongs to Russia. So even though Poland and Lithuania, they do not share their border with mainland Russia, but they do share border with a part or territory which belongs to Russia. That's why in the examination, if at all they include an option and if it includes Poland and Lithuania, then that will be right. So even Poland as well as Lithuania share their border with Russia. Okay? A very important point to note. So this was about the countries sharing their border with Russia. So next important thing is we need to know about the countries which I have listed here. Among these, which all members are part of NATO. So if we get to know about the members which are part of NATO, automatically the remaining members will be they are not NATO members. Okay, so we shall just focus on NATO members. So automatically those who are not NATO members, automatically it will become obvious. Okay, it will become obvious. So here Norway is there, Finland, Estonia, Latvia, Poland, Lithuania. So these are NATO members. So here Norway is a NATO member, Finland is a NATO member, Estonia is a NATO member, Latvia is a NATO member. Similarly, Poland here is a NATO member and Lithuania here is NATO member. So except these 6 countries, okay, except these 6 countries, all the other countries which are present over here, they are not NATO members. Okay, they are not NATO members. So in this way, we should focus from the exam point of view, especially prelims. Countries surrounding Russia, especially in the western part of Russia, and among those countries which all are members of NATO. Okay. So in examination, if any difficult or any question on this arises, then definitely we'll be able to tackle it very confidently with the help of information that we have compiled here. So this was about Russia bordering countries. Similarly, in the forthcoming classes, we'll be discussing about the other important international issues from the exam point of view. For all our further updates, subscribe to our channel and hit on the bell icon. Thank you.